What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today we'll be doing a $1,000 Brinks wrapped $half hunt. I picked these up from my local Fifth Third Bank, and lately they've been coming about every week to every 2 weeks. They've had some problems with deliveries lately, but my last two hunts we found some silver, and I hope that continues. So let's jump into these rolls. So we're going to go ahead and open at least 5 rolls here on camera just to see what the rolls are looking like. And hopefully we'll find some goodies here early in the box that will make the rest of the box that much more exciting to get into. 2000, 2023 Philly, 2023 Denver, and a bunch of circulated stuff. That's what we got in that roll. So if it's your first time to one of my $half hunts, we do look for all kinds of mint errors and varieties, mainly the DDOs and no FGs that you can find on $half. We also pull any NIFCs, or not intended for circulation coins. That includes the 1970, which is 40% silver, the 1987, and then 2002 through 2020, and here we are on roll number 2 with a 2020 Philadelphia, making that our first NIFC on the hunt. Now, a lot of people do ask, what are NIFCs worth? The answer is really not much more than face value, but I do try to create entire runs from 2002 to 2020, and when I get a book full, I usually sell it on my website, gacoinsandcollectibles.com. Anyway, what else are we looking for? Well, of course, I've mentioned silver a couple of times, and that's going to be your 1965 to 1970. That's your 40%, and then 1964 and earlier is your 90%. Now, what I'm doing here is just edge hunting, which is looking at the edges of the coins for that lovely silver, and then anything super shiny and kind of new looking, just to pull out here on camera. Now, the super, solid gray edge is going to be your silver, and that's what we hope to find, but it can be elusive, especially lately. Lots of 23s, 23, 24. All right, there's our first 24 of the box. All right, well, there's 5 rolls down. I'm going to go ahead and go off camera. I'm going to keep on hunting, and I'll bring you in as we find things. So I'm bringing you in up here on roll number 40, and before I show you the main thing I'm bringing you in for, I did come across a couple of NIFCs along the way. We've got ourselves a 2005, a 2009, a 2010, and a couple more 2020s. Again, these are just pretty low mintage, no major value there, but this coin is a mint variety that we need to talk about, and this one's in pretty darn good shape. This is the 1982 Philadelphia. For those of you that don't know, it does have a no FG variety, and that means that little, the initials FG in the crux of the tail and leg here of the eagle is completely missing, and I'm kind of zoomed way in here. You cannot see an F or a G, and I'll show you what it's meant to look like. Just grab a random one here. You can clearly see those initials in there. And for the coin to get the specification of no FG, it has to be completely missing. I can't see anything here with the camera. We'll go ahead and put it under the scope and check it here as well, just to show it to you. And I also like to kind of spin it around, tilt it up, and let the light catch it a little differently, because if you see any bit of a raised FG at all, typically it does not count. And while I do see, like, I'm trying to get it set there, like that almost looks like an L, but it's not clearly an F or a G. So I'm going to say this is the 1982 no FG, and it is, I would say, in about uncirculated condition. Before I brought you in with the camera here, I went ahead and looked this up on PCGS. In graded state at AU50 plus, these things start at about $24. If you can get up to mint state 64, they're about $60. And if you can get up there like mint state 68, 69, these can be worth several $100s. Now, I don't think this coin would get there, but just letting you know. And I also checked eBay Ungraded, unslabbed versions of this can go for as low as about $8.99, and I have seen a few of these, especially ones in this kind of condition, go for upwards of $20 to $25. And I will have put some screen caps along the way just to show you what I'm talking about. We're getting through our last 10 rolls. I'm actually on roll number 43. I have the 43 through 50 laid out here as I go through them, and we've got another variety to look at here. This time it's the 1971 Denver. Again, in pretty darn good shape considering it's been around for, I don't know, what is that, 29 plus 25, a lot of years. You guys can do the math. But on this particular coin, there are two double die obverses. One where we find the doubling in the I and the N and the word in. The other is mainly in the R, U, S, and T, and sometimes in the T and the Y. Over here on the right-hand side of the coin. The one over here is the FS101. The one over here is the FS102. Let's take a look at the RUST, and I'll show you what we're looking at. So I will start by saying this is really, really minor, and I'm not saying this is like a great example of this, but you will be able to see it. So the first thing we're looking for is you can see we have double serifs down here in the bottom of the T. And you can see a little bit of a second T poking out below this one. Now, the S is a little less obvious. When we come over to the U, again, we've got double serifs here and here, and here and here. And we've got a split leg in the R. So I'll come over here. Again, it's a little hard to see with that line. Let me see if I can move it a little bit. And I got to get the light just right. But there is a little bit of a double leg here in the R, which is another giveaway sign that we've got a double die obverse. So I looked this one up on PCGS. The cheapest they have one listed is an MS53. And I want to say, I'm trying to remember, it was going for like $35, give or take. This one's not near as pricey as the 1982 P No FG, but still really, really nice. And if I can find some eBay comps for one of these, I will go ahead and throw it up on the screen. My recollection is they don't do quite as well in circulated unslabbed state on eBay, but who knows? Just have a look at what I post and see if I'm wrong. Well, that's going to do it for box number 1, and it really wasn't that disappointing. Our two varieties really made the hunt worth it. The 71D FS101 there with the doubling in the RUST, and of course our No FG 1982 Philly. We went through the values and sort of what the grades would need to be to get those earlier in the video. We did come across at least one more NIFC, or not intended for circulation, in those last couple of rolls. It was a 2020. I can't remember if it was the Denver or the Philly, but so far we got 3 Phillies, 1 Denver, and I did come across a 2018 D, which I think was new as well since the last clip. But what is that? 3, 7, 8 NIFCs in box 1, plus our variety. So I'm hoping box number 2 can do just as good. It'd be great if we could find a little silver along the way as well. So let's jump into it. So like box number 1, we're going to go ahead and open up 5 rolls here on camera just to see what the box is looking like. Is it well circulated, or is it a bunch of new coins? A lot of times those first 5 rolls are pretty telling. So 23s, decent looking bicentennial, and some circulated clad. Roll number 2. Got at least 4 or 5 new looking coins. Well, there's a 2020 Philly right off the rip there in roll number 2. Another NIFC, 2023 Denver. Some more 2023s. And a really nice looking bicentennial. Here is roll number 3. I would love to rip into one of these and find a little silver. The last couple of hunts we've been lucky and we've been on the silver. And this one is not looking so good. These two look interesting. 95 and a 2023. All right, roll number 4. A lot more shinies in here. I'll just spot check a couple of them. 23, 23, 23. All right, roll number 5. Okay, well, we're starting to see more and more new coins as we go in every roll. Hopefully that doesn't continue. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and keep on hunting, and I'll bring you in hopefully when we find another variety, or hopefully maybe a little silver. So we're getting through rolls 11 through 15, bringing you in here on roll 14, and we've done it again here, at least as far as I am concerned. We've found another 1971D FS101. This one too is a little bit tough to spot. It's actually easier to see under a loop, but I'll see if I can get this to show up for you well on the microscope here. So let's have a quick look. And I may have to play with this in the light a little bit for some of you, but again, you can see a little bit of a double leg on the R. You can definitely see two different sets of serifs on the U. You can see a little bit of splitting on the S here. And the T just looks a little elongated, but if I can get it caught in the light just right, like right there is a little bit better. It helps you see those serifs a little bit more. And I think if I turn it upside down, it's kind of, or maybe sideways, it may be the easiest to see. Let me see here. Like right there is really, really good as well for you to see the double serifs in the U and the double leg in the R. So I think we do have another FS101 1971D to go with our one from box number 1. Well, that's going to bring us to the end of box number 2, and as you can see, we have a little hole missing there for all these coins that we pulled throughout box 1 and 2, so I'm a little light to fill that second box. In box number 2, we did come across another 1971D FS101 DDO, and with box number 1, that's 3 mint varieties, which is pretty tough to do, because you can often go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 boxes between mint varieties or more. Now, I did go through the value of the 71D and the 82P no FG earlier in the video, so if you want to check the value on that, just click that tap back button or rewind, scrub through the video, and see if you can find those values. We did find a bunch of NIFCs in box number 1, and in box number 2, we did come across 3 more 2020s, so nothing too special outside of the DDO, which I'll take any day of the week, because oftentimes if you can find a buyer worth more than a silver $50, especially a silver 40%er. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop one down below, leave me a like, and leave me a comment too. Let me know if you like the video or like what we're doing on the channel. Really appreciate it. If you're new, make sure you click on that subscribe button, then click that little bell and select all so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. Special shout out to all my channel members. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel each and every month. Thank you again and again and again in every video for leaving me a little contribution. I appreciate it. With that, I hope you guys are doing well. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.